I just want Danganronpa 4, okay, and I want it now, but I don't think it's ever going to come out. I mean, the fuck? Danganronpa? There's a... I need to see this. Okay, the 1103767. Okay. Oh my god, this looks incredible. I'm gonna cry. What? No. No, this can't be. Really sorry. I'm not sure what that was. I get 2 videos that do decently well, and I lose my fucking mind, apparently.
Me? Are you gonna ask, who am I? And where am I?
Sure, I'm gonna ask those questions because I am the protagonist of the new upcoming Danganronpa 4, coming out, right now. Okay, folks, yesterday I talked to you about what I want to see in Danganronpa 2x2. It's not 2x2, it's not 2x2, it's 2x2. Fucking stupid. And even though, yes, it's 2x2, so it's 4, it's not actually Danganronpa 4. I'm talking about a genuine sequel game that's completely fresh. What I would want to see from this. Now, this is quite a bit different from the video from yesterday because those that I gave yesterday were realistic potential expectations to see, minus the first point I made, but generally speaking, they're expectations that honestly there's a good chance of happening. But with this is just what I'd want to see from Danganronpa 4. Over half of these would probably not happen. This is just what my ideal Danganronpa 4 would be, and what I think Spike Chunsoft should do if they wish to continue this franchise beyond V3 in terms of storyline. Okay, first thing, here is my hypothesis. Okay, if they want to do Danganronpa 4, the question is, would they continue the Hope's Peak saga from where Danganronpa 3 left off? Or would they continue on from V3 and show Season 54? Or explore one of the seasons before that? And I don't think they should do any of those things. I think if Danganronpa 4 were to be a thing, they should treat it as if it's like, you know, a standalone thing. So a completely new story, almost like what V3 was, okay? A fresh reboot. I'm talking a completely fresh story, because while V3 was a reboot, they still included all the Hope's Peak stuff in there, and obviously I know why, there's a reason, but I'm talking a completely fresh new game. New lore, new world building, new storyline, new school, maybe not even a school, take us somewhere else that's not a school. There's no reason why it has to be high school students, could be college students, or even if they are going to do high school students in a different environment that has nothing to do with a school or a school trip, something completely brand new that links to the world building that they craft, and make that world building fresh and interesting and innovative, instead of just saying, oh, the world's over, because fucking is. Fuck you. Because as much as I understand the world building for the Hope's Peak saga and V3 work, I do wish they were better. And I think if a Danganronpa 4 came out, it will be an opportunity to introduce new world building elements, find a better and new reason why everything has gone to complete shit, and give us a new mastermind with a fresh personality. Because even though, yes, Junko and Samugi, for example, the main two, are 2 different masterminds, they're not really, because Samugi spends half the time cosplaying Junko and every other fucking character under the sun. So, I'm talking Danganronpa 4, fresh reboot, treat it like a Final Fantasy or a Persona. A brand new game, brand new cast, brand new story, brand new everything, so that it doesn't interfere with past lore and fluff things up more than it needs to. Next thing, okay, from Danganronpa 4, I want the overall story structure to roughly stay the same, but I do wish they would make tweaks, okay? Not every single Danganronpa needs to have 6 chapters. Okay, maybe Danganronpa 4 can have 5 chapters, but those 5 chapters are longer and more fleshed out for the characters involved in them. The trials wouldn't be, you know, a ridiculous length, because at the end of the day, I know for the sequels, they want to make it bigger and better every single time, but they don't need to, okay? A Danganronpa 4 that's like 20 hours long, but it's 20 hours of true, meaty content shoved into 5 chapters, would be better than a 45-hour game that's 6 chapters and is completely fluffed up, because as much as I adore V3, you guys know me by now, I do think there's a lot of moments in V3 that you could very easily just cut out and there's nothing of loss. So yeah, I guess that's my point. Just pace things a bit better, okay? Or you can even do 7 chapters, but the chapters are a little bit shorter perhaps. Or make them longer, but give them a reason to be longer, you know what I mean? Don't just make them longer because, make them longer but give more meat, okay? You can complicate the story more if you want, just make sure there's not a load of fluff in there that didn't really need to be there. My next point, and I kind of made this in the Danganronpa 2x2 video, but I didn't really mention these parts I'm going to say now, but experiment with the formula more. And I'm going to be specific about what I'd want from this, okay? As much as I love V3 and the protagonist swap, it works for the formula, I get it. Every single mainline Danganronpa game has a male protagonist, I get it, it's how they've always done it. Same with how every single mastermind is a woman. Monika, Junko, Samugi, and Izuru, I know he's technically a mastermind, but he isn't really. So I guess what I'm trying to say is, give us a female protagonist, and the antagonists within the cast, you know, we've got Byakuya, Nagito, Kokichi, they're all guys. Give us a girl. You know what I mean? A female protagonist, a female antagonist for once, and maybe a male mastermind who actually takes the stage. Because they have these characters who all fit certain roles, and they're generally fitting in certain sexes. But they don't need to do that. They can experiment more and give us something a bit more fresh. Like, yeah, these characters can stay in the same archetypes if they really have to, but at least change the gender. Give us some interesting dynamics here, rather than just basically copy and pasting a lot of ideas between some of these characters. Just give us something fresh, but also familiar. My final thing, now this is kind of a weird desire, but in my opinion, the Danganronpa casts, as much as I love these casts, I love most of the characters, there are a lot of characters that, unfortunately, just due to the nature of these games and how they're structured, fall flat, okay? There are many characters who are incredibly one-note. In my opinion, they're most prevalent in the first two games. In V3, because V3 is a bit longer, there is less of them. But that being said, there is still a handful in each game. A handful of characters that honestly I could look at and not tell you more than a few facts about them. Because if you don't do their free time events, you know nothing about them. They're one note, and then they just die like it's nothing. Because the casts are too big. Alright? And if I'm suggesting, you know, we have a shorter Danganronpa game, maybe 15, 20 hours, with 4 or 5 trials, and you could easily get away with having 10, 11, 12 characters, and as long as it's written well and structured well, all of those characters could have fully fleshed out arcs. Obviously, they'd be like the main 5, the main 6 that have the best and deepest arcs, but just give every character something, because it will, I promise you, make the overall experience better. And yeah, take everything I've just said, mash it into a Danganronpa game. That is what I would want from a 4th game, and beyond, to be honest. You know, if they did Danganronpa 5, I'd want it to be a reboot as well. Or I guess they could do multiple series, so like Danganronpa 4 is the start of a new arc. That arc goes on for maybe 4 games, and they start another arc that's just 1 or 2 games. Either way, I hope we get more Danganronpa. That's just, I just want more Danganronpa, to be honest with you, but this is what I would want personally from a Danganronpa game. Thank you guys so much for the support recently. It has been incredible. The last 2 videos have done really, really well, and I know it's largely because of the Danganronpa 2x2 announcement, but that being said, I'm still really glad that you guys have watched, because the videos have done incredibly well, and I'm surprised, to be honest. I knew they'd do somewhat well, but not as well as they have done, so thank you very much for that. And again, if you do want to see more Danganronpa from me, please do consider subscribing down below and turning on notifications. And as always, get involved in the comments down below. I'll be responding and talking to a lot of you down there. Excuse me. And yeah, thank you for watching. What would you like to see in Danganronpa 4? Let me know. Anyway, peace out.
I just need to know.